Hi. So today we're going to be doing just a really short, snappy video on a few things to do when you're bored. So yeah, let's just get into it. Okay, so before we start, I just want to clear some things up. First of all, it is things to do when you're bored. It's art, crafts, base things. And also, this is nothing. Completely ignore it. Okay? Good. Now let's start off with this. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be making one of those fortune tellers, and what you're going to need is a piece of paper folded into a square of any size depending on what size you want it to be, and yeah, then we can start. So what you have to do first is you have to fold it diagonally. I've already done that because that's how I cut my paper, but you fold it diagonally so it's got a crease, a reasonably big one, so that you know where it is folded diagonally. And then what you need to do is you need to turn it around and fold it the other way, diagonally still, but just do it the other way so that you've got two lines here, one here and one there. And now what we're going to do is we're going to fold it across the ways, so not diagonally, just, I don't know what you call it, straight, I guess. But yeah, now I've just got one more line to do this way. And yeah, so I'll wait for you to do that. 3, 2, 1, yeah. So we've got the lines all ready for us, and now what we're going to do is we're going to start by folding in the corners, each corner, into the center. So there's a quarter, there are 4 quarters, and you just fold each quarter into the center, like so. And do that with every single quarter. Okay, so once you've done that, you should have something roughly like this, a bit like loosey-goosey, but anyway, yeah, it will be like that. And then what you want to do next is you want to turn it upside down without folding any of these edges underneath. So just turn it upside down, and we're going to fold it the other way, still using these lines here, but we're going to do the exact same movement we did, just upside down. So yeah, fold them all into the center, like such. Okay. So then it should look like this. What you want to do now is you want to turn it over again and fold it in half along these creases along the center here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to fold it like this, not bending any other things, like this. So we've got 2 quarters on this side and 2 quarters on the other side. And then we're going to be folding it like this, so the other way. And what we're going to do now is we're going to put our thumbs in here so that we can learn how to do it. So you put your thumbs in there on these two like that, so that you can fold them into the center. And then what you do is you put your thumbs in the other ones, making sure that they look nice and neat. And it goes like that. So it kind of looks like, a bit like it could be a pointy 4-leaf clover. So yeah, that's basically the origami of that. And for the purposes of this video, to make it slightly shorter, I won't be decorating it, but that's just how you do it. So if you want to make it really exciting, you can decorate the front and write really interesting things like, I don't know, do 10 star jumps, or you could do something like you could be a fortune teller and tell their future or something. So yeah, that's the origami part of this. Now let's get on to the next one. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do is I think this is actually quite relaxing, and I like to do it sometimes. I've actually got a lot of these. I'll show you a few of them at the end. But what it is we're going to be making some pom-poms. I'm going to be using this giant green thing that helps you make pom-poms. I don't know the name for it, but it works really well. Of course, if you don't have one of these, you can just use your fingers, and you can use something like this. They work just as well, but this one I tend to find works a little bit neater. So yeah, let me just get some wool, and I will be straight back. Bye. Okay, sorry about that, just had to pick out some wool. So I'm going to be using this, and I'm going to be using this wool, quite nice, bright pink. I think this will only be enough for one, but who knows, I guess we'll have to see. Okay, so how do you start off making a pom-pom using this, at least? What you do is you bring out, so this thing is sort of divided into two, and you can twist them, but there are two different ones, and what you have to do is you have to pick up the first half, so like to one side or to the other, and you have to lift it out like that. And then you get the end of your string, and you don't make a knot or anything, you just start winding it up, making sure that you secure the end of the string, and yeah, you just keep on going like that. So this is going to take a while, so I'm just going to put us into a speeded up version of this so that it's slightly less boring for you. So yeah. Okay, so once you've done that, all you have to do is cut the string at the top and slip it back in. So it was like that, then you just slip it back in like that. Okay, so what I've decided to do for the second half is I'm going to do a mixture of two colours just to be different, though it's not that different, just to have a little bit of fun. And then I'll come back when it looks like that to show you the process of the cutting and the removing it from here. So yeah, see you in a bit. Bye. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm just going to get my scissors back out, chop the string, and clip it back in. So now I've got this big chunky thing of wool, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my scissors back, and starting from the bit, if you're using this, that has sort of the clutch where you can put it down, I don't really know what to call it, you just put your scissors, slip them in between there, and get them amongst the string. Try not to let this thing slip, like go up like that, because once you start cutting, all the strings will go everywhere and it will definitely ruin your pom-pom. So I'm gonna attempt to cut this. What I've decided to do now is I'm gonna go slightly, like make the layer slightly thinner so that the scissors find it slightly easier to cut through, and then go back underneath and cut through here. And yes, just keep on doing that until you've got a nice bushy bit like this, the whole way along this, what's it called, bunch or whatever. Sorry, I'm not very good with my naming. I'm not a professional pom-pom maker, even though I don't think that's a thing. Okay, just keep on cutting. Okay, then once you've done that, flip it over and do the other side. And you've got something that looks like this. Then once you've done that, by the way, if you're wondering if you're using your fingers, well, not your fingers necessarily, but if you're using a cardboard circle, it should look something like this too, with the bushy edges. So once you've done that, to secure it, you have to get some string of your choosing. It won't necessarily show if you've done it right, so just cut it to the right length. It has to be quite long, but not too long. Mine is about ½ meter. So what I'm doing is I'm slipping it in between these two pieces of the machinery, I guess you could say. And then I'm going to tie a knot here on this side. I'm just going to do that, pull it tight, and then do this again, pull it tight. Then I'm going to go round again to the other side using both of the strings, and I'm going to do what I did on the other side on this side. Then do it again. Cut the excess finally as the last step. And ta-da, you are basically done. What I'm going to do now, this is what you have to do to make sure this is right. You take this bit out, fluff it up a little bit. Take this bit out, fluff it up a little bit, and remove these center pieces, like such. You can play with it a bit, make sure that the table is clean so that it doesn't pick up any like fluff. And ta-da, if you want, you can do a bit of trimming like this. Just make sure it's nice and neat, but you don't have to do that. It can be as scruffy as you like. So yeah, that is how you make a pom-pom. And because I said I would do this, not sure if you care or not, but let me just get something quickly. So here are some of the pom-poms I have made previously. Yeah, they're all quite nice, big and fluffy. I love them, and I've got this one that once I've cut it properly, I can add to the collection. So, yeah, now let's get on to the final and last one. Yeah. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to decorate this little box, just using some oil pens. And yeah, my design is basically just to leave the bottom half the same color the top half all in yellow, and then do an emoji face with love heart eyes. So I'm going to start off by coloring the yellow. Well, pen sort of out, there we go. Start off by colouring the yellow. And that's done, a bit patchy, but I mean, it's the best we can do with these pens, and it's only meant to be a little quick thing to do when you're bored. So I'm going to let that dry, then I'll come back and do the little details, the hearts, and the mouth. Yeah, bye. Okay, so now I'm going to do the face and things. I'm going to start off by doing the mouth. I know it's really patchy, but I'm not that bothered about it looking neat. I just want something cute and small at the end of this. So let's see if this works. Let's draw a mouth like that. Ooh, a bit wonky, but okay. Might be a bit low down, but hey ho. Looks pretty good. And then some heart eyes. Of course. No. Wait, no. Oh, it's not working the way it did before. Wait. Okay, this is looking really patchy. You guys can't see it that well, but yeah, it's not looking that good. Anyway, maybe, do not hold this against me. Maybe I will do a video fixing this up if I do that, or have an idea for it, or just maybe want to do this again in a future video. So yeah, let me just quickly do all that. By the way, if you want to know the reason I'm doing it like this, it's just, it looks slightly neater than going like that, because, well, going like that doesn't really work. I don't even know if you can see what I'm doing. Like, oh, it's so wonky. Okay, well, anyway, that is it for today. It doesn't look the best, but I was just trying to do something short, sweet, and fun. So this is number 1 thing I made today. This is number 2, which I will decorate soon. And this is number 3. This one's by far my favourite. This one's probably my least favourite. It probably would have been my favourite if I'd done it slightly better. But anyway, that's enough for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I really did, and hope it gave you a few, even though I didn't do that much stuff, just maybe a few ideas for when you're bored the next time, or if you're bored now. So yeah, bye. See you next time.